The yin-yang symbol is the traditional Chinese symbol for the male and female energies. The yin is the female energy, and the yang is the male energy. The circle represents the male and female energies coming together in unification. Yang is the masculine father energy, the penetrating force that represents heaven and sky, while yin is the female energy, the energy of mother and earth, the nurturing and receiving energy. Energy from heaven, or the male, unites with energy from the earth, female, and this culminates in cosmic bliss according to Tantric Yoga. Yin heats up very slowly, but yang heats up quickly. Yang is explosive, like fire. This means that arousal for men takes place within the space of only a few minutes, but women take much longer. The yang energy relates to the upper part of the body, including the energy centers in the throat and in the brain. On the other hand, yin relates to the heart and lower body. The left side of the body is the yin, or receiving side. This is why, in Tantra, we visualize energy entering through our left hand, and we send it out to our partner with our right hand. Another image we often see in concert with the Tantric tradition is Lord Shiva and his female consort, the goddess Shakti. Shiva represents the creative principle and bliss, and Shakti, wisdom and the essence of energy. These two principles must be brought into balance with one another. To do this, we must learn to embrace both the feminine and masculine principles of ourselves. Unification of opposites in tantric practice leads to spiritual enlightenment. The position that Shiva and Shakti are most often shown in is called Yab Yam. It represents the union of opposites. The union of these two principles reminds the practitioners of Tantra to worship the god and goddess in the partner. The man sits cross-legged, and the woman sits in his lap and straddles him. Her legs are wrapped around his torso and back. This pose allows for several important things to happen. First, the lovers are able to look directly into each other's eyes. Second, lovers can easily touch each other's bodies and access them. And 3, it aligns the energy centers of the lovers. Tantric sex is sacred sex, and it involves far more than just the act of coitus. It is important for partners to look upon each other as the beloved, because this is about unconditional love. It is also about moving energy toward the goal of raising the Kundalini fire up the spine and activating all of the chakras along the way. This is about transforming and transmuting sexual energy into love energy. Love not only for the beloved, but for universal consciousness as a whole. This, then, redefines how the Western world typically sees sex, because outside of tantric practice, sex is mostly about performance. Practitioners of tantric sex use special names for the genitalia. The reason for this is to offer reverence to and signify the sacredness of the parts of the body that are involved in making love. For example, yoni is the word used for the vagina. It comes from a Sanskrit word meaning womb and source. The term sacred space refers to the divine insides of the female. It is the source of Shakti, which is where the female power and feminine energy originates. Sacred spot refers to the woman's G-spot. The actual root chakra in a woman's body is located high in the vagina, on the back wall near the cervix. It is not a good idea to stimulate that point directly because it can cause irritation in the cervix. So, stimulating the sacred spot or the G-spot is the best way to excite the female root energies. A woman's sacred spot is accessed directly through her vagina. The male counterpart of this is the prostate gland, and the spot designated as the male root chakra is the perineum, because this is the closest external point to the prostate gland on a man. Pearl is the word used in Tantra for a woman's clitoris. The male phallus is referred to as lingam, vajra, or thunderbolt. It is the source of the male energy of the Hindu Lord Shiva. One last principle to mention here is the importance of balancing the opposites of meditation and activation. According to Tantra, our bodies are temples and we must take care of them. This means physical activity and fitness is vital to maintaining optimal health. Yoga poses can be utilized for this purpose. The type of yoga I practice is called Kundalini yoga. There's a lot of confusion out there about what yoga is truly all about. Actually, the word yoga means union. However, there are many different paths to union and thus different types of yoga. Hatha yoga, for example, focuses mainly on asanas, which are physical poses, and aims for the health and fitness of the physical body. But Kundalini yoga is about working the inner as well as the outer. Kundalini yoga is not just about achieving fitness in the body. Through asanas or poses and breath work, we stimulate our glandular system and we work on ridding our bodies of toxins. This slows down the aging process because it is governed by our endocrine glands. As we learn to master our physical bodies, we can move our awareness from external awareness to an internal awareness. When we do this, we are able to develop an awareness of our etheric body or of our subtle energy body. The next step is learning to control and direct that energy at will. Kundalini yoga is about physical poses or asanas, but also about concentration, focus, meditation, and mantras, which are Sanskrit chants. And the goal, of course, is to raise the Kundalini energy up the spine and open the crown chakra to access universal consciousness. This is often called awakening the sleeping serpent in the base of the spine. In most people, the serpent energy lies dormant all of their lives. Breath is prana, life force energy, chi. The Japanese term for this is Reiki. When we experience anxiety, stress, and live our lives out of balance, we drain our chi and our energy and our life force. I'm a Reiki master, which means I do energy healing and I help people restore and balance their energy. Breathing practices help to distribute oxygen through our bodies and focus our consciousness in our bodies. Too often we're busy and distracted and we don't breathe deeply or even properly. Pranayama, or breath practice, helps us to slow down and be present in our bodies. There are many, many different types of breathing exercises that are done in Kundalini yoga. Everything from long, deep breathing to breath of fire. During one session of breath of fire, your energy becomes energized and your whole body is also energized as well. And this leads to a kind of a buzzing feeling and it restores energy and vitality. The benefits of this are phenomenal. We also learn to control the intake of oxygen, retain the breath, and also control the exhale. To achieve optimal results from our tantric practice, it is really important to attend to the health of not only our physical bodies, but our energy bodies as well. We must learn to tune into our energy bodies and our inner consciousness. By doing this, we can achieve inner peace and cultivate loving energy that we can offer to our beloved during lovemaking.